Today I'm out at a brand new place. This is Three Forks Marsh. I'm out here because I need to find a new spot to fish for the Yak Bass and Regional Championships that's coming up this Saturday. Now I have some backup spots, but a lot of my normal spots aren't producing because of high water and changes in conditions, like stuff being blown around, like hyacinth and whatnot. And they're just not producing the way I want them to. So I need to get out here and see if I can find some new spots. I have a couple that I'm still confident in that have produced, but for the most part, it's been pretty slow going these past 2 months. My biggest two fish in the past, let's say month, just say month, going into last month. I have a 6-pound 24-incher that was kind of thin, and I just caught another 6-pounder 21-incher is nice and thick at a different spot. Now, I've never fished this place before, and it's an entire marshland. It's kind of like stick marsh, not stick marsh, but kind of like Fellsmere, except that it's much more like a swamp. So I'm going to be fishing these cuts. I think I want to move over to this edge over here and work the entire way down. I got to kind of get this place figured out. I don't have an extreme amount of time to do it, but I got a better part of today. And if I can get it figured out, I think this will be a productive day. But I think these fish are going to be held up probably close to the shore, where shallower water meets deeper water. And I mean, this place is not that deep. There are a lot of stumps, a lot of trees, all that kind of good stuff these fish like. So we're gonna give this a shot. Hopefully I get this place figured out, and I'll have a place to fish for this coming tournament. It is going to be a scorcher today. Low 90s. I've got myself 3 bottles of water, 1 in a Yeti, 2 frozen bottles, and a cooler. Should get some wind. I think it's like around 10 mile an hour. This place is different than I imagined. It's there's trees kind of lining the edges, but nothing out here in the middle. See, the problem with places like this is everywhere looks good. Like this all looks good. And I have a plan that I wanted to stick to today, but you oftentimes get, I know me as a fisherman, I get wrapped up in the idea that a place looks too good to not have a fish, that I end up focusing, so there's one jump right there, that I end up focusing way too much on an area like this, make too many casts, trying to prove to myself that there's a fish here rather than sticking to the plan, and then I get put behind. So I'm gonna make a few casts here, and I still want to work out to the edge. I think the edge is where these fish are gonna be. Could be wrong, but that's one of the downfalls to a place and plus this place is huge. So it all looks like this, so it all looks good, it all looks like it should hold big fish. So I'm finally at the place I want to be. I'm gonna work this edge all the way down. Again, this place is huge. There's some lakes that are part of this that are on the southern end down here, like way, way down. So anything that really bugs me is, so if I watch, this is not a good sign, at least in my opinion. So I can tell where my bait is because you can see the bait fish scatter underneath it. I'm throwing a fluke right now, I switched. So you can see just the little ripples on the water. I can tell where my bait is. Because the little bait fish are scattering. And if there's that many bait fish piled up in here, those bass are probably not in this area, which has me a little concerned. Because I mean, I've covered a lot of water, no bites. So where would these fish be at? Maybe you just missed one that come up and jump top of this Senko as I was pulling it up over the top of this reed pile here. I was like, man, there's got to be a fish back in here. Let's see where he's at. He's right back here. I don't think he's very big. Well, I was throwing over there and I was about to throw again in this pocket here until I see his head pop up. I'm not losing a $12 lure to a 8-foot gator. What the heck? Had a fish on the whole time. Man. First bite I've had. I was winding, I'm like, oh, I'm caught on something. And finally it pulled. Set the hook and I don't know what happened there. Drag was too loose or... Now, I don't know if that splash was a bird or fish busting on something over there, but we're taking a look. Just on the other side of that set of two little trees there. Here's the thing, I don't see any bird. I haven't seen one surface. So I'm betting it was probably a fish. Now, the fish are scattering right there. It could also be a gar. Have you ever seen a gar jump out of the water before? It's actually kind of cool. Look like a missile. There's fish. How big is the question? Ain't too bad. Oh man, I think they're piled up in here. It's shallow right here. Maybe they're here. Maybe this is where they're at. Just a hump right here where everything gets really shallow. It's deep on this side here too. I mean, it's not huge, but it's quite a drop off. Oh, I lost him. No, I didn't. Oh, he's still on. He's still on. Maybe not. And hit that like a truck, though. There's two. It's healthy. It's nice and thick. There. All right. I'm wondering how far this shallow stuff goes. So if it's a shallow chute right down through here, I'm gonna stay on this side. I need to work my way back and then back this way. Just means I've been in the wrong spot the entire time. That's a little bit better. Not huge. Yeah, so I think they're up on this edge because I think the tilapias, they're eating tilapia fry. Definitely not as shallow down on that side. So this little levee here is levee, whatever you want to call it. It's where they're hanging out. And all because I heard that one jump. Like he came clear out of the water too. So, well, it doesn't look like this is going to be very promising for me come Saturday. I have limited time Saturday, hanging out with the family in the morning. And then Sunday, I have all day, but it's the water. I don't know. These fish were just in that one area back there. Only fish I had. I did have one bite earlier, but the water over there is much clearer than here. I mean, it's not bad over here. It's probably maybe 1.5 feet of visibility. It's really brownish though, and the fish were in shallow water, where it was only like 2 to 3 feet deep. Everywhere else I've been, it's been a little bit more than 5, probably in that 6, 7 range. And I'm not really seeing what I need to see down the chute here. I'm gonna keep paddling until I get to the canal that takes me back to the boat ramp, but kind of disappointed. I was kind of hoping for better fishing here, and this place is not being affected, at least as far as I know, like a blue-green algae, and the water that's running out of Fellsmere and of the Stick Marsh is running past here. The water from here is flowing out into the St. John's. It's not the other way where the St. John's flows into here. So, kind of a little perplexed as why I didn't do as well. I mean, this is bait fish. This place is loaded with bait fish. They're everywhere. Like as I'm paddling here, you can see the little guys like scatter everywhere. All these little dots. It looks like rain. It's not. Those are bait fish. And this place is just loaded. Dude's a little low, but you know, whatever. For me, I really haven't had much luck since those 3 fish. Apparently, the fish are up shallow, kind of pushing on some fry and stuff, but I haven't found any since. I had one other bite. That was about it. So 2 bites, 3 fish, not too bad. I mean, at least it didn't get skunked. But I don't think this place is going to be. It's because it's so big and there's so much to explore. I don't think that it's going to be beneficial to me to come down here on the weekend for the tournament. So I think I have my game plan set. Try to make it work. We'll see what happens. So until the next time, you know, tie lines out there. Let me know if you're catching anything.